Wow, it's such a good content flip today. That content flip is good. Like that?
Yeah.
Content flip is so good and tasty. See. Tomorrow is General Conference. This is a driving burial. Hey, Wannabe 26, if you want this, check out the Taco Time, abandoned Taco Time on Main Street in Searcy, Utah. Please and thank you. And also, this is a driving video. Like that.
Yeah.
It's such a being got that trap put the other stuff in my that bigger plane seat. It's not for me though. Dad.
answer, Coach.
There's no line. Who do you think?
Hopefully next week you'll do a little bit better on the listener questions. Coach Peterson, everybody.
So the House yesterday commenced their impeachment inquiry. So I suggested beforehand that I don't really see the strategic need for an impeachment inquiry, given the fact that we are already on the Republican side looking into all of his corruption. I'm not sure how, putting a stamp, impeachment inquiry helps things, other than it sort of boxes you in. Because you don't come to an impeachment at the end of the impeachment inquiry, you exonerate the guy. And the question is going to be whether you have enough votes even on the Republican side of the aisle for an actual impeachment. That means holding together your caucus in really strong position, which is kind of a problem since, again, the impeachment inquiry was launched without a vote in the House, meaning that the majority in the House, the Republican majority, is not even there. And the fact is that McCarthy could not get enough Republicans to vote on the dotted line with regard to an impeachment inquiry to launch it that way. Which raises the question as to whether he's going to get enough Republicans to vote for an actual impeachment, which would be a giant fail. If you launch an inquiry without coming to an actual impeachment, you get nothing out of it. So the Republicans did it anyway. They launched the impeachment inquiry. A lot of people think that was an attempt by McCarthy to stave off the right flank, saying, listen, I'm giving you guys what you want. You got the impeachment inquiry. What do you want from me? Okay, whatever this is, that yesterday they had a 6-hour hearing on impeachment. It was not amazing for the Republican Party. They didn't present any first-hand witnesses. Instead, they heard some testimony from a variety of sort of different scholars, including Jonathan Turley, forensic accountant Bruce Dubinsky, former Justice Department tax attorney Eileen O'Connor. They knew going in that Jonathan Turley was going to say that they have not the evidence to impeach Biden yet. The problem is that is the headline coming out of the impeachment inquiry day one, is that the Republicans' own witness said you can't impeach him based on what you got right now. Here's Jonathan Turley yesterday.
This is a question of an impeachment inquiry. It is not a vote on articles of impeachment. In fact, I do not believe that the current evidence would support articles of impeachment. That is something that an inquiry has to establish. But I also do believe that the House has passed the threshold for an impeachment inquiry into the conduct of President Biden.
Okay, so it's that first part that everybody is focusing in on, is Turley saying, well, I don't have the evidence yet to impeach, but it's okay. They're ignoring the second part where he says an impeachment inquiry would be appropriate. You can see Jamie Raskin, who's sitting next to Comer, who's leading the inquiry, James Comer. You can see Raskin, who's a Democrat, kind of shifting in his seat, gleeful that Turley said that they don't have enough evidence to impeach right now. Well, the evidence continues to emerge. Yesterday, according to Breitbart, Hunter Biden apparently referenced selling access to President Joe Biden as the keys to my family's only asset, according to messages from Hunter Biden's iCloud backup released by the House Ways and Means Committee on Wednesday. The committee released information confirming Devin Archer's testimony that Hunter Biden traveled the world selling access to the Biden brand, meaning Joe Biden. Hunter referred to access to Joe as, quote, the keys to, quote, my family's only asset, which is pretty strong language. Documents obtained by the committee confirm associates of the Biden business had direct access to the White House and then VP Joe Biden's advisors. According to the committee, Biden's associates were told not to mention Joe being involved. White House logs show many Biden business associates visited the White House multiple times. In addition, after the IRS launched its investigation into the Biden family, Hunter Biden apparently, quote, expected all of this stuff to go away when his dad becomes president, according to an email between Hunter Biden and a CNN producer that the committee actually obtained. Again, the producer has an email from Hunter saying he expected all this stuff to go away when his dad became president. So that's not good. Now, there will be more evidence to emerge, for sure. Comer, for his part, he said we now have evidence that the Chinese government is sending direct payments to Joe Biden's immediate family. Well, of course, that's true. We knew that.
Have you been able to identify what specifically Joe Biden did to get paid?
Well, all these people who were paying the Bidens, first of all, Joe Biden met with every single one of them or talked to them on the phone, even though he lied to the American people and said he never met with any of them. He met with all of them. They were all in trouble. They were all needing help from the United States. If you talk about the Romanian money, the Ukrainian money, they were being investigated for corruption in their home countries. They needed help from Joe Biden. In China, this was the Chinese government. This was the Chinese government sending direct payments to Joe Biden's immediate family. And what they needed was help navigating the bureaucracy and eliminating barriers to entry in our market.
And all that is true, and more evidence is going to drop here, and it's not going to be good for Joe Biden. Now, Democrats, for their part, they were dunking on Republicans yesterday. They were suggesting that you got nothing, there's no evidence, all the rest of this kind of stuff. But it doesn't matter, because in the general American perception of Joe Biden, the idea that he is clean and pure and honorable, no one thinks that. The polls show people think that Joe Biden is corrupt, mainly because he's corrupt. But here are Democrats yesterday slaying. Go ahead, slay kings and queens, go for it.
All right, so let's get it straight. We're 62 hours away from shutting down the government of the United States of America, and Republicans are launching an impeachment drive based on a long debunked and discredited lie.
What a day we are having here, isn't it? Right? I mean, listen, as a former director of emergency management, I know a disaster when I see one.
I want to say thank you to Mr. Donald Trump for calling this hearing today. We see the long arm, the little hands of Mr. Donald Trump, whose fingerprints are all over this hearing and this sham impeachment.
Donald Trump impeachments. Oh, how many impeachments? We got 2 there. How many indictments? We got 4. How many for Biden? 0, 0. Donald Trump is right. He's sick of winning. He's just winning, running away with it. And that's why we're here. They can't save Donald Trump. They can't take away the 2 impeachments and the 4 indictments. But they can try to put some numbers on the board for Joe Biden. But the problem is when you sling mud, you got to have mud. And they just don't have anything, Mr. Chairman.
Honestly, if they would continue to play we were playing a drinking game, I would be drunk by now.
If the Republicans had a smoking gun or even a dripping water pistol, they would be presenting it today, but they've got nothing on Joe Biden.
Come on. If you all think there's so much evidence, we're here. Call the vote on impeachment. Impeach him right now.
Well, first of all, that's not what an inquiry is. Okay, first of all, it's not what an inquiry is. But also, guys, go off. Go off. Really. Continue to talk about this because it's very, very good for Joe Biden's opposition. Russia had found herself in an unplanned pregnancy. She wasn't sure what to do. She searched for pregnancy services and found a preborn network clinic where she was counseled, supported, and offered a free ultrasound. After seeing her baby and hearing the heartbeat, she cried. She was certain she would keep her baby forever. Russia gave birth to a baby girl who was smart, beautiful, full of life. Often she visits that same clinic and receives free clothes, diapers, and more. Because of your generous support, Preborn writes 200 stories just like these every single day. $28 can be the difference between the life and death of a child. When a mom meets her baby on ultrasound and hears the heartbeat, it's a divine connection and doubles a baby's chance at life. Let's join together and help moms in crisis choose life. All gifts are tax deductible, and 100% of your donation goes toward saving babies. Just dial pound 250, say keyword baby. It's pound 250 baby, or visit preborn.com/Ben. That's preborn.com/Ben. Preborn is an amazing organization and doing incredible work. Make sure that mom can hear the baby's heartbeat. She'll make the right decision if she does. Dial pound 250, say keyword baby to get started, or visit preborn.com/Ben. And so meanwhile, again, Joe Biden, between his corrupt personality, the fact that he is in a state of physical and mental decay, and his bad policy, is a very vulnerable candidate. The UAW apparently is now threatening more strikes. Oh, that's great. So you mean the president showed up, wore their hat, and now they're like, hey, you got some juice. Let's strike some more and wreck the economy. The UAW pledged to widen its strike on Friday, barring significant progress in talks with Detroit car makers as the companies take steps to keep critical parts flowing to their dealerships. Parallel talks between the UAW and GM, Ford Motor, and Chrysler parent Stellantis continued, like union officials said Wednesday, nearly 2 weeks into a limited strike at all 3 automakers. The UAW official said the union would identify new strike targets at 10 a.m. Friday, with walkouts to begin at noon, unless bargainers make headway in negotiations for new 4-year contracts. Last week, the UAW expanded that strike beyond 3 assembly plants to include a 38-part distribution centers owned by GM and Stellantis. The union spared Ford for more walkouts and said they were getting more concessions from Ford. But the widening of the strike, why do you think they're doing that? They're doing that because the president of the United States... With all of these...
Yes, Demon during my YouTube channel. Peace out.
Peace out.